Hi Katie, how are you? Hey, I sat here and I'm going, am I going live or am I going to bed? I'm in hermit mode. My body has been putting me through some stuff. Yeah. Kia ora. Yeah. Why is it doing that? What is this? Swipe. Oh, it's bigger. Wow. Sorry, I'm just learning stuff. Hi, Pip. How are you? Haven't opened the list yet. Let's just be a little patient. I like to connect and talk to everybody before I start readings. And I think it's a full moon still, right? I just had a big ascension. And the downside to ascensions is the physical toll. It's almost like there's parts of you, whether it's physically, emotionally, spiritually, since a lot of my stuff is healed, since most of my wounds have shown themselves and I've healed them with my own love and dedication, a lot of mine was physical in this last little bit, because Mercury retrograde, that was a bit of a bitch to get through for some. Oh, I just think the energy was a bit wackadoo. That's what I was calling it before. And then as soon as it finished, we went straight into a Saturn retrograde. And Saturn makes you reflect on and restructure, because it is like the taskmaster of karma, you know, it's your karma and stuff. And to go through ascension or to go up levels, either vibrationally, energetically, all of that, vibrationally, and open more of what sits dormant inside of you, gets very, I think it's just like your body got so used to carrying it. Oh, okay, Pip, that's cool. Kia ora. I do, best way to do it is through my Facebook. I think this end of this week and next week is pretty open. So usually I get randoms, but it's always at the right time. Yes, it's that Saturn retrograde. It's been doing the same thing to me, throwing me around a bit, especially my energy levels. And it's not that I have a lot of emotional stuff to let go of, but it's just like I've carried a certain type of vibe with me for the longest time, and it's just a point where I'm shedding, letting go of that skin and starting to embrace. So I went into hermit mode of being quite quiet, and even though I'm doing my readings, because that's that spiritual side of me still there, active, still wanting to connect, but there's a part of me, even in my voice and even in my my energy forward has gone down. Yeah, it's just and it was a reading that I remember I did the last week about a rebirth, and a couple of days before you have a baby, the baby goes still. And for those that have experienced childbirth, you remember that moment where you think, oh, I haven't been getting kicked in that place. And it's like, what's going on, because the baby's dropping and engaging or crowning. And I'm just at that point now. So Saturn's in retrograde for quite a wee while. It is quite a long transition. So it gives us time to realign and reconstruct a lot of new energies that are being integrated, and bringing forward new ways of looking at your life. So I always encourage that, as you guys know. I always talk about the looking at new pathways forward, or unlimited potentials or potentiality that could happen for you if that's where your mindset is. But a lot of us are very focused on the past and healing that, because to really look forward and create new potentiality, one must let go of the baggage from the past. Oh yeah, my sleep, yeah, has been really, really bad. The last, mine too, but that's that full moon, because it's a Saggy moon. So for me, I'm a water sign, mainly water. Even though I'm a Libra sun, all my dominant placements, besides my characteristics, are in water signs. And so whenever there's a fire moon, every time my energy is like crunched down, because it's, it's like going through a healing phase whenever there's a moon, because of heat, with me being female, I'm in tuned with the moon. So as the moon goes through cycles, so too do I. And as we go into the brightness of full moon, but we have to realize with the full moon, that also is a time of release and reflecting upon the cycle that has just played out, which is the last 28 to 30 days. And then moving forward into the new moon, which is going to welcome in the new cycle of energy. So it's also very much like that for me, physically and or emotionally. Sorry, I laugh at myself sometimes. Kia ora. Hi there, Linda. We're just going to have a bit of a chat. I haven't had much water, so I'm going to have some water too. But yeah, it's the energies at this time. So if you're feeling not your normal self, that is completely okay. And if you haven't been feeling yourself for a while, there just may be things that are just trying to come into alignment. So just give yourself time. I did the video about coming to wholeness and connecting in with you, checking in with you, making sure you're okay, and finding balance and peace, and then reconnecting to love. It is a process, and it is a space where you have to be conscious of where your energy is at. So as you guys know, I've been going through a fake account saga with everybody. So just be mindful if you get approached by me after the readings, or someone with my image and or my name. So I've changed my name to The Real True Soul Intuition as a joke, because someone was pretending to be me. But if you get contacted by anyone that has my image or my name, please be mindful that that will not be me, unless I've directly spoken to you in a live and said I will contact you, okay? But the best way to look is to look at my profile, and you'll see that I have all the links, and all those links will go to True Soul Intuition, True Soul Intuition, True Soul Intuition. Okay, so that's the only way I can say, besides followers and or likes. So thank you. Thank you to everyone that messaged me and let me know. Kia ora. Hi Shelby. Hi Aisha. But yeah, the energy has been pretty interesting. And being in hermit mode lets me restore and realign, reassess, reset, and release anything that's sitting there waiting to go. And I often just use this time to really contemplate where I'm at and allow for redirection. So sometimes when we get very set ideals about where we're going and where we're heading to, hi Astrid, like that, we can often get very frustrated when we don't get led in that direction, but Spirit will often redirect us to pathways that are completely, has a completely higher timeline, or a higher pathway for you to follow. And some of us, we can be very non-flexible with that change, and it can be hard to redirect so easily. So just give yourself time, and that's just what Spirit has done. It's almost like I try to I was trying to talk and even my voice was quiet. Hi, lock your fridge. All right. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, let's do it. I've talked too much. Kia ora. But yeah, it's interesting times. But at this time, I'm just realigning and reflecting on what I've learnt, and then reconstructing something better. And the message for today was actually dream a better dream, and that was from a card that I pulled earlier. But I did get a new deck, and I promised my kids I wasn't going to buy another deck because now I've got to find somewhere to stick everything. But I love this particular Oracle card creator, which is Kyle Gray, which is, I've seen someone else has this one is too, deck too, but I really like the messages. For me, it's always the messages. And it popped in, and my message was, why I bought this was, the light will give me signs and signals. And as soon as I jumped into Trade Me, because I go into Trade Me to get my cards, so for those that want to get cards, you can get it on Afterpay, Trade Me. And the first thing that comes up is this particular deck, and for me, I take it as certain things as a sign. But when I started reading it, I really loved what it had to say. Thank you, username 072072. Ooh, a lot of, I don't know. I don't know what kind of person you think I am, because I don't really look at other people's energy. If you want me to tell you how you feel, then that's different. Plus, you know, if I go into people's lives, I usually say hi. How are you? Okay, just give me the thumbs up when you're ready, Ash. And we'll just get into it. But I'm going to be doing Tarot Tuesday. But I may pull cards from the Gateway of Light Activation as well. So we'll see. Okay. All right. I see you. Spirituality is me. Just be kind to my mods, please. Be nice. Be kind to each other in the chat. And be patient, because I do soul readings, which means that it's not always just a 2-minute message. All right. I have to get organized. Let's go. I'm good, thank you. Aisha is first. All right. Tina Turner. I don't really want to fight anymore. Yeah. You know, sometimes our mind limits us. And it's not because we want to be limited or that we don't have an open mind, but because we often do not know the tools in which to access a different mindset in a way that allows us to grow. So I just heard, I don't care who's wrong or right. I'm not singing today. I don't really want to fight no more. But when I look at your energy, when I look into the energy that's presenting itself to me, it's like I don't want to fight this feeling anymore. I can't fight this feeling anymore. It's like this energy of change, but it may be coming forward in it's saying emotional, but I don't think it is in that space, but it sits in the solar plexus like it's emotional. Yeah. Bear with me here. All right, here we go. going to pull a card as well. And it's like, it's passion. And we talked about this for you before. And it's just learning to process that. So you're learning to love your life more. Because I love the crap out of my life right now. But yet there's still this, when's that next level coming in? It's there. And it's sort of like the masculine and feminine energy has to come into union within you, which is your light and your dark, your up and your down, your good and your bad, your Adam and your Eve. It's an interesting way to look at it. Because you might be quite traditional, but all the aspects that are coming towards you now are showing you far beyond religion, far beyond set philosophies that you may have grown up on. You know, it's expanding. That's the word. Thank you. That's why the tightness in the solar plexus. Yeah. Ooh. Lord. Yeah. Okay. So it still weighs on your mind, but solutions. I like that. So you got the Three of Swords, which we all know is heartache and heartbreak and pain. Heartache and pain can mean many things. Betrayal. It can mean trauma. It can mean a contracted heart. It could mean things you've suffered. It has many meanings. But the thing is, that's your trump card right there, the ace up your sleeve. The clarity and the ability to find a way through, to find clarity mainly, but also to work out solutions. It's opening up the mind. That's what I was talking about, eh? Expansion, far beyond the philosophies that you were taught and raised upon. So it's more than religion. What I got was a stronger connection to nature and incorporating that. And that may conflict with things, sorry, looking away, conflict with things that you, hey, nature fellow, yeah, sorry, I'm coming back. That can conflict with many things that you were raised on. And you know what? It's the same as for you. It's an ascension. Some are physical, some are mental, some are spiritual, some are emotional. You know, it's like realizing that all your life you've had these glasses on, right? And you were taught to look through these glasses. And over the years, the lenses got foggy, dirty, but no one ever taught you to wipe these glasses, right? And then all of a sudden, the right technique to clean them so that they weren't foggy anymore or dirty or had stuff on it, you know what I mean? And it's almost like you polished that glass, put the glasses on, and realized how much you're missing in your life, what you've missed because you couldn't see it properly. And that's what's happening to you now. And it's almost, why did you say that? Sorry. So they showed me Lost in Space. Literally. It's an old TV series. And the robot. And it's, you know, it's frustrating because I feel like you are trying to get into a new, completely new space, but the hardware is a little bit older. And it's not because of age, it's because of structured learning, education, society around you. And it's sort of like, how do I get from there to here? How do I get from lost in space to here now? Through here. Upgrades. Upgrade the software, the hardware. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting a lot for you energetically. So what they showed me was like Lego. Sorry. But it's like they took out parts of the Lego. Yeah, and how we used to have the old school, we used to make little guns. Little Lego guns. But in your mind, just imagine your brain was made of Lego and they're just literally taking blocks out here. And instead of putting back big chunks of data, they're putting in the more finer. You know how Lego went from Lego, big blocks, to almost like Pirates of the Caribbean Lego? That's how they're showing me the transition and the integration of new data, new information, and a new way of looking at things. And they have to do it in that way because for you to completely take out big chunks and replace it fast would be too much. So they have to do it in a way that allows for a slow and steady rise to clarity. Because you're like me. You've left that behind. You know, just like this. It's behind you now. It doesn't motivate you and it is not in your vision, that heartache and pain. It may show itself sometimes, but it is not the focus. And it's not the way forward, is what they said. So for you, a lot of your upgrades are thoughts, mindsets. They're going to help you expand. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Aisha. But you are getting a lot of upgrades because you're ready. Your mind is a space that is more flexible. But like I said, they can't just remove big chunks. For some of us, they just take out big chunks of space that was once occupied by negativity, right? They just take it out and then they just put big blocks of data in, but it would be a lot for you if they did it that way. So for me, it's like they're trying to be kind in how they describe it. They're trying to be kinder to your physical body, because that's not easy at all. But yeah, thank you, Aisha. Okay, I'm going to pull you a card because we can, because it's my live and everyone can wait. Ooh, Sword of Light. You got another sword? Oh, bum, bum. 3 of Swords, Ace of Swords. And I would say this is an Ace of Sword. Sword of Light. Divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. Boom. This is new, so I have to read it out of the book. I'm so sorry. I would say this is an Ace of Swords too. I did say that. But look at that picture. Hopefully you can see it. Gorgeous. Bear with me, please. S. Oh my God, there's a little star, stellar, Sword of Light. Your message. When this card comes to you, know that it is confirmation that you are walking the path of light and responding to the pre-incarnation soul contracts to make a difference on the planet. It is also a sign that you have the opportunity to sever connections of fears and limitations. Because you are love. I like that. They just said it in my mind. Energetic cords bind us to situations, loved ones, and even the past. But you are in transition now and detaching from unnecessary connections, dramas, and fears. Know that there will be a great severing at this time, and you might feel isolated for a moment as you will be reconfiguring your circle of trust and moving into a life that is in greater alignment with your highest good. Know that the cords that bind you to loved ones in the soul family will remain intact It's only the lower vibrational connections that are being severed. Expect breakthroughs and doors of opportunity opening for you. If you feel strongly connected to Archangel Michael, know that his energy is with you now. Because he's the sword. He's the sword. That's really interesting. I really like that. Hopefully that helped. Yeah, this is a beautiful card. Sorry if I'm not answering everybody's questions and stuff. Thank you, Aisha. Oof. Powerful card that popped out there. Gateway of Light Activation Oracle cards. So if you ever wanted to know who did that, it's by Kyle Gray. And I love him because he's the guy, he's the boy that could see angels. If anyone, hi Leonore. If anyone ever was wondering who that was. All right, next. Hi, Shelby is next. Weird. I just heard one word and it said calling. And then I waited and it said calling. And it was a weird song because I heard Milli Vanilli. It was like Blame It on the Rain. It was weird because it was almost integrated. What does that mean? Oh. So there's been a little bit of distortion in your energy, and because I can see an image now. This happened last time, so it's almost like I gotta, it's like wiping the slate clean. It's a diamond. Okay, I would say it's a time of illumination. So many things are coming to light at this time for you, like literally crystal clear light. So diamonds for me represent illumination, the word illumination. So that could be very different for how you would interpret that. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. There might be someone you know who you refer to as a diamond, or you are the diamond, shine bright like a diamond. So you can incorporate it in many different ways because it actually shows a lot about your personality as well. Yeah. Yeah. And your integrity when it comes to things. So it's like you're someone that says what they mean, means what they say. Like, let's not mess around with it. Oh. Phone is being... Okay. Okay, good. Diamonds represent clarity. Yes. Okay. I'm just sitting in your energy. Let's just sit in there for a moment. Wow. You're discovering your treasure. This I just got shown Indiana Jones, and it's interesting because he is in a dark cave, and it's the light of the diamond that's lighting up the cave. So you may have gone through a dark phase at this recently, currently. Dark phases we have to understand and remember that dark phases are growth phases, healing phases. And it's almost like the crunch before the expansion, And many people think the diamond is here. Some odd reason. Up. The real diamond is here. because that's a light source, or the light connected to source. Come back to wholeness. I think that's going to be the message of the day, or the theme. Okay, because we always come across a theme, and the theme is come back to wholeness. So many of us may have trouble connecting with our heart chakra. And yet behind it all, if you were to understand how much love awaits you, how much it would fulfill you, you would connect with it more frequently and more deeply. Okay. Because you know, when I feel it, it's like I'm in an emotional. Queen of Swords, yeah. Queen of Swords. Okay. Queen of Swords is someone that's wise. They're very truthful. They are great to talk to. They can be a little bit distant at times, or aloof. Likes a lot of alone time. Likes to educate themselves or read. Or just have a lot of solitary time, because it allows the mind to clear and settle, and the emotions to relax. But the Queen of Swords, she's very astute, but her heart is somewhat icy. Ice, diamonds, bling bling. So maybe at this time, it's really like the clarity that you seek won't come from the mind or the body, but the heart. Because that's where it all is, you know. I've been watching people, it's funny, I've been watching people putting coins in there and saying, oh, their third eye's open because it's sticking to the forehead. No, it sticks to the forehead because anything sticks there. We play cards, okay? Cards stick too, not metal. Do you know what I mean? And you wouldn't want to open your third eye. This is a message that came through actually when I was having my shower and I was doing my water meditation. You wouldn't want to open your third eye because a lot of us would not be able to handle, thank you very much, what we see. A lot of us would not be able to handle what we see, what truly exists. But when we activate it, we are able to process what's really out there in a way that allows us to see it, but not see it. Because for all the good things that are out there in the world, there may not necessarily be always good things. And or the truth of things, or to break through the illusion, you know. So I'm sorry, bring it all back. So for you, I'm just going to say this. See that little bowl there? That's your heart. See how it's got bars on it? It's in contraction. So the true clarity that you seek is this. Yeah. Everybody's been saying that, eh? You wouldn't want to activate your third eye. Open it. Mine activates, but then it quickly deactivates too. Because having it on 24/7, it ain't no fun. It's like that. And it's like learning to understand that I can let my heart out and be free. I can sip from my cup and I can allow that to sing and vibrate and grow. I can allow my heart to grow, because I would say for you, I would say you're very kind. The Queen of Swords can come across very icy, but deep down when there is a need, they will tend to it. They will heal it and fix it, but very guarded about their heart. So it's almost like many of us have to learn to relax and not be so vigilant, and to let ourselves grow and flourish. So I'm going to pull you a card too, why not? Ooh. What would like to come forward for Shelby, please? Ooh. Thank you. Dropped on the ground, but it's okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. I wanted to read this one too. So you got Shambhala initiations, retreating to recharge, trusting in the process, and Dharma. Okay. Shambhala is like Shangri-La. It's sort of like a... Let's read it. Shambhala initiations. Oh no, we're going to go into the S's, and there were so many of those. It just helps me learn this deck as well, guys, so please be patient. Shambhala or Shambhala, also known as Shangri-La, is a city of light, said to be hidden somewhere in the Himalayas. I think I've been there, near Tibet, astrally, according to the... Okay, it's the God Shiva and the Buddhist enlightened beings. Okay, here we go. Your message. When things quieten down in your life, know that this isn't a failure but an opportunity to retreat and recharge. In the busyness of the physical world, our spirit is often playing catch up with our body to the point that it gets used to being overactive and overworked. When the great masters of Shambhala come to you, they are encouraging you to take time to be away from the outer world and dive into the inner world. If you have been moving full speed ahead, this gateway encourages you to slow down and retreat. Take time to gather your energy, spend time in meditation, and reflect in order to gain a clearer awareness of your current situation. You will uncover many insights and gifts during this period. Realize that there is a master awakening within. Isn't that awesome? I love these cards. Sorry, I'm like card giddy right now. I really like these cards. And like for me, that's like when they say a master is awakening within, you're learning to master something that you haven't mastered probably in many of your other lives as well. Lives is just, you know, that you'll be able to heal and overcome something in this life. And that's a masterful stroke, and that then allows you to go into places and expand and grow. Everyone's getting muted up in there. You know what I mean? And it's just allowing the time to let the answers and solutions come forward. Meditation is a good space, and I have to do that often too when I seek clarity or when I seek guidance. When I get like a lot of... Yes, he did. Okay, but thank you. Hi, Elsie. But yeah, you're overcoming something. It's so close. Shangri-La. I feel really positive about that. It's finding the, you know, like when I went into the astral plane and I was initiated, I've been to Shangri-La. So I was initiated into a city of light, but mine was a pyramid. But it represents itself, and that's where I met Vishnu. It was Vishnu, but he actually brings in the golden age, so it was like timing. And when I got out, when I sort of described that vision that I'd had, because I was on a vision quest, my mentor says, you just got spiritually initiated. And then when we were trying to find this, because like every temple has some kind of thing, recognizable space, and he was able to talk to me about that. That was an amazing time though. My mind was opening, everything was opening. And that year was a particular year for me where I did a lot of growth and expansion. I started to truly embrace my spiritual journey and take some big strides. So yeah, I would say, yep, you know what to do. So thank you. Katie is next. Okay, Katie, I'm just going to shuffle these cards up. Thank you, Shell. Oh, Katie, what's going on with your intuition? I got a feeling, woohoo, that tonight's gonna be a good night. Party at your place. Yeah. Things are flowing. It's interesting. I just heard the old song, Moon River. Moon River, wider than a mile. Oh. Yeah. You really got in touch with your feminine energy right now. Like you're in touch with it. It's like, how can I describe it? It's like sitting on like a canoe or a boat, you know, but one of those rowboats, and just having my hand in the water, and it's dark because it's the moon's up, and it's just literally going through your fingers and you're not afraid. You're not afraid. Just ready to see, you're ready to face. You've actually really gone through a big shift in how you see your life too. Oh, Matariki's coming up. I don't know, is that an important time for you? June 24th. So you got the Three of Cups. And it's interesting because I says you really embraced your feminine. This is your embrace. You know what I mean? It's all females hugging, but it's a support card. So this can often mean reunion, resolution, reconciliation. You may have made amends with a few things. Three of Cups. You know, 3 is a really important number. For me, it's the teacher or the master awakens. And it's the same as Shelby. It's a similar phase. Though what you've gone through it in a totally different way. Where some may really struggle to connect with their heart or open their heart. Your heart is open. And reaching out for the soul to communicate. Like it's a deep connection to your heart space. You have so much love to give people. And it's almost like all the people that are meant to support you are just with you at the right time. Three of Cups. Trinity. It's a really important time for you. Like it feels, ooh. You know what I mean? I'm going to pull a card because I want to see. Okay, do please. Thank you. Oh, oh yeah. Let's see, you are definitely in with the heart. So you got Emerald Tablet Activation, Cosmic Ordering, Divine Alchemy, Conscious Manifesting. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it is. Isn't that interesting? Let's read this. Emerald. Emerald. E-E-A-B-C-D-E. I was like, where is it? Oh, jeez. Yeah. Yeah, between the teacher and the student. The concept of alchemy. Turning lead into gold, or something that is lead and heavy into a golden opportunity. Yeah. Okay, it's got a lot. This is a bigger kind of message, but that's all right. We'll just read it. It says, the Emerald Tablet activation card appears. You are being called to remember the gifts you are carrying from previous lifetimes, even if you don't always understand how to express them. There's a part of you that knows you hold great power within. That's the heart. This is a special time for you to use that. That's why the water. That's your intuition's heightened. This is a special time for you to use that power to bring into manifestation all that you need for your life to unfold in a way that is in alignment with your best interests. All that has unfolded so far has given you the opportunity to learn and grow, and even the unsettling moments. But you are a master alchemist with the capacity to take all that once was challenging and use it to create positive opportunities for yourself. As above, so below. All the thoughts you send to the source will contribute to your evolution on Earth. Yeah, I would say you're getting a lot of inspired action through the thought process, but your thoughts aren't coming out here. Your thoughts are coming from your heart intelligence. That's intuition, baby. Yep, definitely upgraded in that space. But the cool thing is, even with the emerald represents the color green, and the green represents the heart chakra. That's why the water is about emotions. The water is about intuition, and you're just creating memories, baby. That's what I heard. Creating memories, meaningful moments that last. And it's like looking at your life and understanding the abundance that is already in it. You know what I mean? Understanding the abundance already in it. That's real vision. That's real vision. Oh, when will I give birth? Oh, I don't know. Yeah. Strong, powerful time for you. Sagittarius moons will always be really powerful times for you, because I don't know, I think you might have a Saggy in you, or a Saggy placement that is really amplified at these times, and they really lift you out of things. Because the cool thing about Sagittarius is that when I am in my authentic truth, I always hit the mark. Okay, so when I was going to say Scorpio, when Sagittarius is aligned with everything that it needs and sees and wants, it always gets what it needs. Yes. But thank you, KD. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. You don't want him back if he left you without an issue, TWK. You don't want him back. Yes, anxiety is a temporary phase. All you got to do is breathe. If you're in a new relationship, you may be feeling guilt. But if you really want a new relationship, if the other relationship was down you, this is a good time to let go of the past. Yeah. Yes, he does. Ashley. You have to... Our reading list is full. I'm so sorry. So my mods choose the readers. I'm so sorry. Okay, we've got Pandora's box pick. want out. This is a really good time to connect with your heart. If you're feeling lost or overwhelmed, come back to wholeness. And it's funny too, because, you know, like I didn't want to do the readings because I knew there was a lot of stuff out there in the world. But if you want to really change your karma or change your fate or change anything, the change has to start with you. And if you want to make your life better for all the really sad and unhappy people out there, if you want to make your life better, get to know who you are and find out what you want. Okay? What do you want with your life? What do you want to do? What do you want to contribute to the world? You know? Find it. Find that thing. Find your thing. Okay. All right. Okay, Pip. Oh, no, this is... Yeah. You know what I just heard in my mind when I wait for the message, because I kind of got to go through layers. It depends on whose energy is really, really strong, and let that go and then move into a new phase. You're definitely at a gateway, so this is why this particular deck is really hitting home today. You're definitely at a gateway, and the song was "Tell Me Something Good." Oh, sorry. I don't want to sing because my throat has been... But it's like, tell me that you love me. Yeah, you know. Like it's a little bit of attitude. It's a little bit of sass. Like that, you know, the confidence that this person has. It's like, I already know, but you need to tell me because that helps me. It's a little bit, I wouldn't say it's a little bit of seeking validation, but in the same respect, it's with good intention. So it's not necessarily a negative, or to look at it as if it's coming from ego. Because I don't actually believe things come from ego with you. I think it's all heart. But, you know, it's sort of like with those that have big hearts often have a tender heart. But it's hard. It's also hard. Family means a lot. And it's hard. Oh, okay. Put the cards down. So it's also hard to be who you feel called to be, because this is definitely a space like your heart. It's a heart chakra awakening, because I'm getting a lot of pain in the heart, but not in a way that is like pain and suffering per se, but like that space where the heart is starting to expand. Like many of us are going through spaces where things are just growing now, and it's like growing pains, but in the heart. Because the more you start doing this work and the energy that comes in and the heightened sensitivity of your intuitive space. You know, I'm not going to say it's just because we're Māori, and Māoris are naturally spiritual people. But it is a natural gift that many of us have. Some express it spiritually, some express it creatively or analytically or physically. Everyone has a gift. Are you gifted? Yes. Talented. That's a good way to put it. Many talents. Now you've had a life. You've had a lot of experience and a lot of wisdom to draw from. And, you know, it's funny because it's the way they show me, is like that ever ready bunny, you know, just keeps going and going, like you power through. Powerhouse. The hardest news, yeah, I don't know, sorry, It's just the conversation. I mean, the hardest person to satisfy, though, is the inner critic. And that can create sometimes spaces of doubt and or apprehension, fear, you know. How do you take that part out? You don't use that part to think. Use this part to feel. But that also can mean clearing things out too. So, you know, there's still little bits to heal with the growing pains as things start really opening up for you. But yeah, I feel it's quite a powerful time for you. So let's pull some cards. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You got 2 cards stepping forward, which is interesting because right now I think this is the Sagittarius card. Yes, it is. So you got the Temperance card, which is the fix-it angel. This is the angel that comes in and smooths or soothes situations. And here with the Page of Pentacles, this is a solid offer or new beginning. So things are definitely starting to become, the word is lucrative, or it's showing signs. You know, it's almost like bling bling, baby. Sorry, it's just how they say it in my mind when it comes to abundance. Okay, Temperance. That's the space. Definitely needing to find balance within the light and the dark. So that's what I mean. There's all this light and power in you, but there's this like part of you that can often feel a little bit apprehensive. It's apprehensive is the word I feel I want to use. Less about doubt, because it's almost like, you know, like if I can describe it properly, it's like a dog with a bone. You know, once you know something you like or something that you want to pursue, you don't lose the scent. You know, you sort of can see it unfolding. But part of it, is it like wishful thinking? Am I really trust your intuition? But that's harder said than done, right? I'm going to pull a Gateway of Light activation card. That's harder said than done. And that's because many of us weren't given the tools to know how to trust in ourselves. But with Temperance card, it is a fix-it angel. There is a lot of healing that could be done in your energy, a lot of power that you can tap into. Because, like I said, everything for you is heart-based. And here with the Temperance, the universe, you may be going through some kind of way, but the universe is just aligning you to new energies, higher energies, I would say, with that Temperance card. You know, the wings. Oh, can you see them? I don't know if you can see the wings there. I can't quite see because I've got everybody's comments up louder. Ooh. Yeah, did I say higher? And it's interesting, that is so weird, because I did a Merkabah meditation, which is light body. So for those out there that don't know, but I actually speak light language, and I created Merkabah. And interestingly enough, you got Merkabah activation, Transcendence, Ascension, you are rising up. Yeah, higher wisdom, accessing higher wisdom. So I think for me, you stay humble with this page, but what's calling you is this angel, is these higher energies. It's almost like the pathway, right? You see the pathway unfolding. You see you, the person now, but you're actually starting to integrate with the higher self. It's a powerful time. Stay grounded. With that Page of Wands, come back to what matters. You know, remembering that space. And don't let it just take you. Ask questions. You know, it's good to ask yourself, you know, what is this intention? Where am I going with this? How am I feeling about things? And to question it. But in the end, it has to be the ultimate trust in yourself to know that you are doing exactly what you need to know or to do. You know what I mean? Okay. Here is your message for Merkaba, Transcendence, Ascension, you are rising up. Okay. You are raising your vibration and becoming magnetic to the presence of wisdom, of light. You are in a space of ascension. The ascension process isn't about leaving this incarnation or dimension, but about finding harmony within it. All of the attention, love, and care you have been giving to your body are supporting your spiritual journey. A powerful gateway of light is surrounding you now, allowing you to connect with the divine matrix of ancient wisdom. It's important for you to be aware of the information, energy, and downloads you are receiving, for all that's coming through is supporting your expansion. You are moving up a level, and it's time to fly high. So I wasn't the only one that was going through an ascension, wasn't I? All of us, some way, shape, or form, and those that are struggling are just lagging. It's just the lag, you know, a slight slower connection, but I really like that. It's a really strong time for you. I would consider, if I was you, to really learn to work with your energy and keeping it clear. I'm starting to set up spiritual hygiene practices. I do have some videos there that may give you some tips and hints on how to maintain, because we all have, oh, there's an ad. Ready. That was weird. We all have different ways to express our energy. So for some, they like to meditate. For others, for me, I like to ground, and I like to set that intention. You know, you guys already know how I do my thing. So it's sort of like finding your way, and how you want to clear and ground and protect yourself, and then express your energy. Because it's sort of like, you know, it's sort of like you see yourself as a page just beginning a new cycle, something a lot more solid for you. You know, this could really grow, and that's where you're going to, the Temperance card, moving towards that. That is the image of growth for you, all the way. That's what I heard, all the way. So it's a full commitment. I think that's what I said. It's like a dog with a bone, and I didn't mean it in any disrespectful way. It's just that, you know how a dog can bury a bone and it can find it. Wherever it's buried it. It doesn't forget. And it's sort of like for you, it's sort of like no matter what will distract your path, you will still move towards that goal, because that's something that I feel like that's your personality. So thank you, Pip. I wanted to give you a little bit extra. I always love to do that for the readers out there. Hopefully that gives you some confidence to move forward and know that you are raising your vibration and really activating things inside of you. It's a really powerful time. And yeah, thank you, Pip. Thank you. Okay. All right. Yeah, just got to be patient, guys. Oh, my YouTube's been annoying. Here we go. Oh, Trina. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, that was very clear. You know, I actually thought I'd be a bit groggy today because I was feeling groggy today. And so I sat here and I was like, am I going to go live or am I going to bed? And then I flipped to one card. And it was this card. Hope I can find it. So I'm just going to take a little break, a 5-minute break. Oh man, where it's going to be the These are new cards, so they just... Where are you? Here it is. Higher heart activation, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. This was the card here. And that's, you know, that's the portal. When I do readings, I always open my heart. And so that was a good indication that it was time to do what I do best. Yeah, fire moons never do well for me. I always get, like, I don't know, it just does the opposite. Like, some people can get really charged because they have positive aspects of fire in their, I'm from New Zealand, get really charged up. But for me, because I'm a water sign, I get like, not. What is going on? Hey guys, just sort my music out. Coping with do 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 do. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Are you a Cancer? I'm a Cancer moon. Yeah, the Sagittarius is always a rough one for me. But any of them, Aries moon, Leo moon, every time. But that's just how it goes, you know. When I get that, when I feel that need to restore and rest, I do exactly that, you know, as much as I can. And I kind of went a little hermity, but that's just where I shut out everything and just sort of like let my body heal, let my mind heal, things like that. Yeah. Oh, okay. Kia ora. Sure, ask a question. We're just having a 5-minute break. Sorry, Trina. My music doesn't want to go. Do. Cancer moon, yeah. Cancer moons are super sensitive. That's why, like, any shift in the moon phase for us is really, really intense. Thank you, Pip. And it can be really tough to get through certain moons for us, especially if they conflict with any of our main placements in our natal chart. Hi there. Oh, thank you. Some odd reason that I like to get the music to go, which just means we'll just have a break. It's all right, guys. Remove all the negative energy. 432 hertz. Oh, I think my list is full. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you for the likes as well, guys. Hi. Virgo Sun, Cancer Moon, Libra rising here. I'm a Libra Sun, Cancer Moon, and Capricorn rising. I think that's why I have a weird sense of humour. I think it's Capricorn. It's a little dark. Oh man, what is going on with my music? It's alright, guys. We'll just go until we're done. So that's fine. So I did this last time when I did the divine animal spirits. Oh, it's loading. Here we go. Look at that. Thank you. Yes, please send me some likes. And Regina, Scorpio job. And not know that what that means. Yeah, technical difficulties. Just take it, slow it down today. Oh, did you? Yeah, well, sometimes we can, you know, like people can get similar messages. Eva really bunny battery today too, though. Yeah, synchronicities. Spirit sign of letting you know you're in the right direction. Yeah, but that's just how they described it. It was just like they were like, hey, keep going and going. Alright, okay. I better get into it. Oh, Trina, you're manifesting something. Always do that when I've got to read someone who's manifesting in their physical reality. Yeah. Been a hard road though. Your song was a little bit sad. Not one I often get, so when I tune in, I hear things clairaudiently, and it usually comes to me in song. And yours was, who sings that? It's in New Zealand. It's like, I hope I never have to see you again. Crowded House. May have released some kind of situation, place, or person. Really set a boundary. Someone tried to control you. That's what I think I heard. They tried to control me, is what I heard. You know, the pathway to healing for many people is through a narcissist. And the downside to it is someone that may be quite sensitive and or have a sensitive soul and empathic will go from one narcissist to the next. May not necessarily be romantic. Sometimes the narcissist can be a parent, a sibling, or someone you have a connection with. You could regard them as family or close friends. The spectrum is wide for some odd reason. Do you attract the same type of people? Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of mist. I don't know why I want to say that. Like, you know, when you go out into the country and you're like walking along a path, and especially if you're in a valley, it gets really misty. So things may be a little bit unclear at this time. Unsure about things. The next step forward. Yeah. So sometimes the way forward can be through self-love and healing the wounds of the past, or make amends with things and people as well. It's not good to hold a grudge. I don't know why I want to say that. That may not relate to you. It may be someone else in your energy. Okay. Let's pull a card. But for some odd reason, I did hear it could be a reoccurring pattern of energy. So sometimes we get stuck in cycles, and we may want to manifest love, yeah, but, or at least that's the intention. Hopefully this makes sense. And then it all turns a little dark side. Because for me, I have to go into the dark to find the information, so I have to have my eyes closed, because a lot of that is unclear or unknown to you, or not spoken about. Things you keep to yourself. I feel like you're really private too, in some respects, about some things, those deep things. May not have come for a soul reading, but boy, you're going to get one. Yeah. You have a lot of different situations going on, or at least it feels there are different situations going on. But we're going to ask for the main one to come forward. And here's a message that I heard in something, and it kept repeating itself to me. And this is something that I want to really share, okay? And for some odd reason, I heard it, so I had to say it. Real power doesn't work by flaunting it and telling everybody you have it. Real power is by knowing you have it and using it accordingly. Yeah. So if this is making sense for you, I feel like it is, but it may not be on exact. Because how I see things, how you see things might be just a little bit different. But there was a situation in which someone either tried to overpower you or control you. You had to create a boundary and heal from it. And it's weird because it feels like you're really kind and loving. Okay. Let's get your cards. Ooh. Yeah. Queen of Cups. The Healer. And the Star. Wish fulfillment. See that? Definitely looking up. That means hope is in your heart. Definitely bringing healing to and love to a space. It's almost like I want to say, love is my vibration and my vibration is love. That's a real power, you know. Love's like music, you know, it hits you. When it hits you, was it? That's Bob Marley, eh? When it hits you, you feel okay. So the Star, yeah, you've had to be actually quite strategical about your movements. You're a planner preparer, I would say, with the Star energy coming up. You like everything to be in alignment because you are definitely trying to manifest something about your hands. This is a deep wish. You might be a healer. You might be into the healing arts as well. But you know your mind and you know your heart, and that is true power. That's what I was talking about. Real power you don't have to flaunt it. You don't have to declare it. And it's funny because it's something someone said to me a long time ago. When you have to tell someone you're the boss, you've already lost. You know what I mean? So it's learning to use it in a way that's constructive and yet free-flowing. And that's with the Star and the Queen of Cups. Healing, connection, wish fulfillment. It's positive energy. Yeah. You definitely just came out of a big space, because whatever you've left behind, you're healing from, you're opening up to higher potentialities. And I feel like this is the hardest part, is knowing when to move forward. Because like I said, you may be a planner. You want to know when the time is right, what is the right, you may often doubt your steps. Did I make the right decision? Okay. Let's pull a card. Ooh. What did I start? I love all the signs and synchronicities. Give me little tingles. But you got star gathering. Stars aligned, remembering home, soul, family. So yeah, stars, the star. Makes sense. Let me read this message. Star gathering. Oh, it's straight to it. Ooh, isn't it? Yeah, there's something powerful about looking up into the midnight sky. You are looking up at both your cards. Star gathering is a powerful card. It is the energy of home. Before we join the cycle of life as being a human, we are part of the cosmos, and that feeling of being connected to the stars is a memory of what we were before. This card reminds us that we have star power and star potential, but we are not only the star for the world. For when we switch on our light, we attract more star energy and even more of our own star family. So your message is, the stars have aligned. You have found the lost pieces of you in your energy, and now is your time to shine. You are magnetic, attracting people, energies, and opportunities that will allow your dreams to unfold. This is a time of wishes fulfilled. All of your dedication, focus, and dreaming has paid off, and now you can reap the rewards. It's an important time for you to know that this plane of existence is your rightful place, and not to spend too much time trying to transcend this reality, for you chose to be here at this time. Make the most of this powerful opportunity. If you are feeling particularly connected to certain individuals at this time, it's because you are finding your star family, beings you connected with before you entered the cycle of physical incarnation. And as long as you are connected to yourself, you are home. Yeah. I love how everything's coming out at the same time. Wish fulfillment, healing, stars aligning, definitely manifesting. But what that is support systems and community. Soul family often aren't always people that are your family, but people you will regard as family in the future. So you are magnetic. You are powerful. Really strong words. With great power comes great responsibility. That's why I wanted to talk about power. It's weird, how the intuition works. Hopefully that made sense for you, Trina, but I sent it to you with lots of love and good intention. And that was wow. I really love the energy, because it's sort of like it showed me the past, and it showed me the past was in the dark. So, everybody's got a story to tell. And then, but in the energy now, when I pulled out the cards, it showed me the now, and the now is healing. The now is welcoming love, attracting. You may have doubts, but that's very human. And what it's saying here with the star gathering is that as you start manifesting abundance and love and getting a lot more connected with you, you're attracting support systems out there in the world. So kia ora. So, it's sort of like things, let's just say things are working out in your favor. And to embrace this time and to really set your sights high. Okay, lots of love to you, Trina. Thank you for that. Whew. Miss MV, 1983. All right, guys, here we go. Heal, don't integrate. Miss MV. It's funny because, you know, when I came to your energy, I was like, okay, it was like, shake it off. And it's the song that steps forward too. Shake it off, shake it off. Yeah. It's interesting. It's like, how do I describe that? It's like I want to say you may have had some missed opportunities or things may not have worked out right, but you're going to turn those into golden opportunities. Because things may have been missed, or you may have been misdirected by the universe on purpose. Because wherever they want you to go, you weren't quite in alignment with it. So they had to take you the long way to build character, or to learn the dreaded word, patience. Many of us don't have that because we want it here and now, and we want that feeling, and we want the high, and we want the experience, and we want it all now. But good things come to those who wait. But waiting's frustrating. Even I know that. Waiting sucks. Like waiting, when is my parcel coming in the mail, you know? It's like, when is my package getting dropped off by the courier? When is the delivery date? That can be very frustrating for something that you may be waiting for very anxiously and anticipatingly. But it'll get here when it gets here. You know, especially like this. This wasn't even supposed to be here yet. It came early. I was like, oh, if that's not a sign. All right, let's pull some cards. So, yep, just having patience as things are getting realigned and redirected to change your fate or your karma. So I do feel good things in your energy, and I see the sun rising over the mountains. So it just indicated to me that you've had to overcome a few things to get to move towards the goal you're creating. And that's life, you know. It's sort of like that's what life does. It sort of takes us on this wild adventure, and sometimes, yep, okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So things might have not have been that great lately. And we got the devil card, but don't be afraid of the devil. It's not what we think. By the way, this is Capricorn. You know, all things that glitter are gold. That's what that particular card refers to. Six of Swords, moving out of a chaotic time and going into smooth waters. So trying to move on. Yeah. It's hard to get clarity when things come up or situations that arise that trigger us into old ways or revert us back to old ways of thinking. So you may have, and that's part of it too. And here's something that I'll talk about. So I do this a lot. Sorry guys, it's the water. So often we experience high heights or high vibrational spaces where we feel so electric, you know, that when it's almost like climbing to the top of the mountain. I always talk about the mountain, right? And then you get to the mountain and you're like, yes, I've reached the pinnacle of this moment. But the top of every mountain then leads to another mountain. And not only do you have to climb down that mountain, you also then must climb back up the next one, and the next one steeper. That's life. That's ebbs and flows of life. Nothing is guaranteed. No road is smooth without some kind of give or take or counterbalance to the way you feel. And often we get shown the mountain or the sun setting on the mountain. Mountains always refer to a journey of self-discovery. And often we get to the top and we want to stay there forever, but in reality we cannot. We must learn to walk down the mountain, because walking down the mountain is just as hard as walking up the mountain. It's just as treacherous. And many of us, when we're being asked to go down, we don't do it gracefully. We do it kind of ugly. We kind of get a little triggered. We kind of get a little bit ego-based sometimes because we are triggered, and we get into defensive spaces. Or sometimes it's the mind. The mind, like when your mind is, and I felt this actually climbing up one of the mountains here, or the hills here, that there was a point in my climbing experience that my mind gave up, and I just wanted to sit down and not move, because physically I was unfit and totally unprepared for what I was about to experience, which I felt at first was going to be this lovely experience. I'm going to be one with nature. It don't work. It don't work when you're physically having to climb a mountain. So I got to the top of a mountain, and as soon as I got up to the top, my friends that had already been there 10 minutes before me said, "Now it's time to go back down." And I was like, I didn't even get, to really enjoy that space. And then on the walk down, I actually jammed my toe because I kept walking forward, and it wasn't fun. So by the end of the mountain, when we got to the bottom, walking towards the cars to go home, I was limping. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes you might start off with a hiss and roar and find that situations may trigger you or take you back to times where you felt weaker, and that you've had to overcome some kind of negative situation, whether physically or in the mind. I feel like it's here. Sometimes the war goes on inside here, instead of learning to bring that down into here, where you're strongest. We fight wars in our head with things, people, places, habits. And often we have to find our way back down that mountain with grace. So it's learning to be patient, learning to take your time and walk slowly and surely back down to reality. That's what it's asking you to come back to. Come back to reality, because in reality the time exists here and now. I'll put a card for you. Gateway of Light activation. See how it was a couple word and see anything. Okay, this one. Yeah. So Merkaba and activation came out for you too, but as they've already been thing, we'll take the one here, which is you actually got two. Alright, we'll just read two. So first of all, you got Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness, you are what you seek. That's filling your cup. And then you have angelic frequency, angels are here, you are safe, potent connection. Ooh, just that card there. These are really nice cards. I really like these cards. Alright, so Holy Grail. Oh man, I've gone straight past it. Oh, here we go. Holy Grail is a mystery of years. Many believers is a cup that Jesus drank from the Last Supper. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, your message for the Holy Grail. It says, you have been on a great quest, seeking, searching, discovering, but the further you've gone, the more your heart has called you back. You may still be looking for treasure, but you are now discovering that all roads lead back to you. The great source of creation holds up a shiny mirror in front of you, and you see your reflection. You are the answer. You are the divine. You are created. You are creating. The gateway of your divinity has opened, and the vessel of your being is flowing with infinite light. You have been searching for God, and God is within. So go within. This is the key to heaven. Your cup is overflowing. Your gifts are being unlocked. Let the world share your treasure. And it's interesting because the Holy Grail can represent the heart space, that divine connection to source, or was the eternal youth. And it's funny too, because it recognizes you've been on a great quest, but you're discovering that all roads lead back to you. You still have to come back to reality, which is you, the you that exists. You know what I mean? And it's always hard to come down from high heights. So sometimes people go to the top of the mountain to meet God, in that same respect. But here we have angelic frequency. Angels are here. You are safe. Potent connection. Do, do, do. Okay. Sorry. They don't have numbers. It's so much easier. And angelic frequency is the energy of the angels in the angelic kingdom, which is aligned to service, devotion, authenticity, and love. Okay. And your message. Angels are drawing close at this time, so be open to signs and synchronicities that confirm this. It's important for you to know that through your actions, choices, and service, you have been upgraded. Your spiritual connection and your frequency rejoice. Your spiritual connection and your frequency. Rejoice, for you may be rewarded with abundance and blessings at this time, and you have been making choices that are not just for your own greater good, but for all of those around you. Your guardian angel is with you now, helping you remember your infinite power and potential. Reach for the stars and trust that all the efforts you have been making, both internally and externally, will bring blessings and opportunities. The path you are on is aligned with your highest good, and the support you need is there for you. You are cherished by angels. Angels, for me, are higher dimensional beings that help us and guide us. So it is whatever it is for you. Not everyone likes the word angels as an interpretation, but it just means the higher connection to source. So definitely, it's sort of like in that same thing that I always say to myself, even if I've gone through a heavy time, I know that I'm safe, I am loved, I am safe, I am blessed, and I am protected. And it's sort of like for you, and that allows the healing to start and allow you to come to wholeness in the heart. So yep, climbing mountains, finding patience to be aligned, and to then welcome in some really great energies for you. So here's the cool thing. When you go down, when you come back to reality, or when you cross that choppy waters and then come into a smooth landing here on the shore, connecting back to you, connecting back to your home, connecting back to reality, things get better. That's pretty much all I can say there. Things get better. It's when we're not grounded, when we're not in control of our emotions, or we're in awareness of where our energy is, we can often lose ourselves. So, okay. Thank you, Miss Envy. Hopefully that helped you. Send it to you, lots of love and good intentions. Okay. Just give these a shuffle. We'll see who's next. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you love. I love angels too. Shyla. Hopefully you made it this far. It's our time. 1 o'clock. Jeez. All right. I heard something's missing in my life. Maybe it's you. Yeah. Something's missing in my life. Maybe it's you. Yeah, that's the void, right? Many of us have a void, and often we fill it with things. I talk about this a lot too. And we fill it with things because that's how we feel we should fill this emptiness or hole inside of us. This space that doesn't seem to settle. And so we try to fill it up with things, and it can be people, it can be materialistic things, it can be some kind of obsession about, gosh, crystals, cards, let me know, sage. We've all got our own little things. But it can become very toxic to you as a person if you fill it with something that is bad for you, which can be other people, to keep you in the space of feeling loved. But to truly fill that void, one must learn to love themselves fully, wholeheartedly, because that's an important step in really healing everything else. So you come back to wholeness. I'm going to say this all night because it's just what I do. You come back to wholeness, connect with your heart, and you love yourself. Okay? So if you're in a space where you need to know if someone loves you, or are you lovable? Yes, you are lovable, but you will only know that you're lovable when you learn to love yourself. That's the true and most powerful tool to healing, is self-love. Hopefully this makes sense. Yeah. I do intuitive reading. I do soul reading. So it's just how it's going to go. Let's pull a card. Yeah. Yep. Definitely have difficulties putting things together sometimes. Yeah. Okay. The moon. Cancer moon. Are you the Cancer moon? Cancer can often mean confusion or illusion. This particular card asks you what wolf do you feed? What light? The light one or the dark one? And often not sure about what you actually are. It's definitely an emotional card as well. And I would say often people wouldn't know that you actually go through a lot of sadness, that you feel lost sometimes. That's that void. The moon is a lot about sensitivity, not knowing the truth of things sometimes. I would say though that there's a really strong, like you've got a bit of a spark to you too. It's an interesting space, because I feel it's a little bit like it's hard for you to keep still. Like even me trying to trick your energy is like, I'm looking at the moon, I'm feeling the moon, but my eyes want to shift. Because I don't naturally like what I'm seeing in the moon or like what I'm feeling in the moon. So it feels like I want to, it's that void. You got to look into the void. You got to ask what it is and how do I fix it? Because I feel like you've got a lot of intuitive space sitting there, but you won't see it or understand what it's saying to you until you deal with your stuff. And constantly distracting yourself or I want to say constantly, but it's like a zigzag, you know. It kind of feels like avoidance or procrastination. It's sort of like, don't wait too long to deal with some of your stuff, because I think that's more important than whatever situation you're actually wanting to ask about. And it's like, you know, getting in touch with you and connecting with you so that you don't lose you in amongst it all. A lot of people, the downside to a lot of people is that they seek and yearn for positive affirmation and confirmation, and they get given it, but they won't understand it until they understand themselves. That's the void. And that is a solo job. It is only something that you can do. It's self-realization, self-awareness, self-love, self-healing, anything like that. Let's pull a card for you. Good news though is if you actually tap into the right energies, you could really open up a space for you intuitively. Sorry, it's a lot. Okay, so you've got Karmic Board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. But it's funny, the message I got earlier, and I get messages before everyone comes along, was many hands make light work. So if you need support or help, ask for it. Oh, look, straight to it too. Isn't it weird? Everybody's cards all of a sudden. So the Karmic Board is a congregation of spiritual beings dedicated to implementing the law of cause and effect. They have the capacity to help us overcome any karmic blockages that are affecting us. We can call on them to bring healing into our energy field and clear away any patterns that are standing in the way of our experience of love and expression of our life purpose. So you do have some kind of blockages, which is showing here in the moon card. And there are energies that want to come in to help you, but often you have to give them permission. So this is more on the energy level and less on the physical plane. And they usually come forward for those that have gifts and abilities that are useful in the world. So for me, I'm going to say there is a space of maturity that needs to come forward in your energy, because this is big. Big picture. All right, so here we go. Karmic Board clearing. If you are being overwhelmed by a traumatic memory or a painful event, know it's because this old energy is no longer serving you and that your spirit is calling for it to be released. Oops. This card comes to you at a time when you are ready to surrender old ways of being and old stories. Know that receiving this message means your energetic self has been taken to the Karmic Board during sleep or meditation so that your light body can be cleared of all karmic blockages and stories. All fears, phobias, challenges with partners and relationships and feelings of being misunderstood are now being released. You are ready to move forward. Yeah, that's what I mean. You want to move, and that's why my eyes keep shifting, but it's almost like I want to move my eyes, but for some odd reason I keep coming back to the moon. So there are things that you have to deal with. There may be a space when it comes to your relationships in which you have to understand or take accountability for your own actions, but the moon means that there's just like a fog through the way you see the world. So you may be filtering through your decisions with pain and suffering, and not being able to bring illumination or clarity to situations to allow healing. But it is a good time to restore and replenish your energy, because I feel like you may have gone through a time of karmic clearing. So with this Karmic Board clearing means that you're learning a lot of lessons, maybe all at once, to bring you into a space where you can actually realize that you have to take the wheel of the car you're in. You have to learn to drive the car, which is this, your avatar. You have to take charge of yourself and not just drift. You know, this is learning to understanding the power that you do have and using it correctly. That's a blockage, isn't it? Can't is a blockage. And it's like, rewrite your story and live your truth. Really, you can. Here's the thing about healing stuff and facing things that are ugly. You know, the ugly, the good, the bad, and the ugly inside of us. We've all got a story. Is that when you live in a space of sadness, you will never see solution until you choose to let go of that narrative. And I was very much like, this was me for like 30 years, or 28 years. Not even lying. I was like this. I'm the girl in the water, because I just drifted and I didn't realize that I was just drifting. And then it was a point where Spirit was just like, you know, I'm going to say, wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up, Sonia. Wake up. Because where are you going? Where are you going? You don't even know where you're going. And it was a big wake up call. And I had to go through the Karmic Board clearing too. I had to go through that same thing. I had to learn a lot of stuff. And what I had to face was my own personal demons. It's the only way to get through. And it sucks because it's a space where many of us don't want to go. But when you get past this, you get this, which is the energy that I kept getting drawn to, which is the Page of Wands, which is a positive movement forward, a new cycle. But it's that spark, that light that comes back. That's where you really want to go. You're not really the moon. You're actually fire. And this is a really good time for you to start processing your pain, asking for support, and then choosing to move forward into light. Healing and healers do not emerge from light. They emerge from darkness and merge into light. And it's a thing. A lot of us have to understand, to get out of the spaces of feeling lost, we have to choose to be found. Be found. I'm that. Well, yours is karmic. So for when it's karmic, if it's not about now, it might be about before. You may be here to clear lifetimes from before. Because maybe in those lifetimes, you had a lot. So people that have a lot of phobias or fears, allergies, things like that, a lot of that comes from the past and not necessarily in this life. So I wouldn't say you're lost. I think it's just understanding that, you know, it's like that thing. You know how some people, and that it's because they're fully unaware, they're in the ocean. They're like, I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. You know, and they're flapping their arms around, and then someone walks past them and says, bro, just stand up. Even though it's not that easy sometimes when it comes to healing, maybe instead of drifting along in the water, this lady could actually stand up and realize that she's not just drifting in her life. But like I said, it's like you got to get your license, you got to drive your car, and you got to find a destination. You know what I mean? It's like a choice. You could choose to suffer, choose to go through the healing, choose to move forward into a positive direction, or choose to be lost. That's purely up to you. All right? Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Shyla. Hopefully that makes sense for you. And it is really a choice. And it was the same for me too. I know that. I let myself do that. I let myself be lost. I didn't know that I could say, I want to change, that I could be different. No one told me. No one ever told me that I had anything good about me, actually. I never got complimented. I never got anything. I was like a ghost. And it was kind of like I had to find that inside me, you know, and realize that I always waited for someone to give me permission to do the shit that I do now, but I actually naturally good at it. So, alright guys. Next. Kayla, 1994. Yeah. Kayla, really learning your value. Really learning a lot about yourself. Might be a little bit low on the trust side, but that is not uncommon at this stage that you're in. They just asked me, are you ready to go deep? Okay. Sometimes you may feel like you're a little fish in a big pond, or big fish in a little pond. You may have outgrown some spaces, and now you're in new, uncharted territory, and it can be a very disorientating. Yeah. Just learning to trust your steps forward. Like a lot of us do that too. Am I making the right choices? Am I doing the right thing at the right time? And the thing is, yes, you could ask someone like me. I'm a conduit. I'm an energy intuitive. I interpret energy. You could ask a tarot card reader. Oh, I do that too. I actually do all of it. But, you could ask different spiritual-based people, and the only one that will truly be able to confirm whether that is truth or not is you. I don't know what's going on in my head today, guys. It's you. Pull some cards. Bit of heaviness there in your physical body. Take a lot of responsibilities. You've had to. Maybe you had to grow up fast as well. Be an adult early. Let's have a look. Ooh. Yes. Sorry. I'm rubbing it for good luck. I like this card. So the Ace of Wands. Passionate new beginning. An initiation into a spiritual space. Spiritual activity. An awakening of the mind space. Well, spiritually. Breaking through many spaces actually. Might have been a space of clearing as well. Letting go of limited mindsets. Ace of Wands, definitely a new beginning though. This is a power card too. Embracing the masculine. Healing the masculine. Often people say, masculine energy is as if it is a man, but whether you're a man or a woman, you hold masculine and feminine energy. And it's the inner masculine that many of us have to heal so that we feel safe and we feel protected. That's why I say I am loved, I am blessed. Oh, I am loved, I am safe, I am blessed, I am protected. It's a mix of the masculine and the feminine qualities, values. And it's just a space where you have to learn to let down your guard and relax and let this new cycle of energy begin. I really like this card for you anyway, because it feels like I'm triggered in all the right places, It's like tripping the alarm, and the alarm sets off a process that allows you to actually expand and grow and learn things. And it's sort of like my whole philosophy is with an open heart and an open mind, you can receive everything that you need. It's like or the information, and that is right there. But you just have to have the key elements to unlock the door. Yeah. But definitely a new beginning, whether this is either spiritual. I'm going to say spiritual because that's my main tingle. That's the thing that gets me going, you know, knowing people on spiritual journeys or healing journeys. But also they can be expressed artistically, creatively, with imagination and initiation into inner magic, inner awareness. Gotta let those burdens go though. Get a lot of pain radiating, so your heart might be a little heavy. So it's pulling me down like this. But that's okay. It's okay. A heavy heart is a heart that's processing many different emotions, but never be afraid to process even difficult emotions. Never be afraid to feel things, because the more you feel it, you heal it, because when we suppress it, we keep it in us and it makes us sick. That is either negative emotions or emotions suppressed, or negative thoughts or thoughts suppressed. It can be very toxic for us, and it can be triggered. People can trigger those negative emotions, and they can be very destructive to us as a person, as a being. So let's pull a card for you. Oh. Okay, straight away. Ooh. Order of Melchizedek. Ooh, I like this one. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. Okay, let's read this one. What's the Order of Melchizedek? So this is new, so sorry I'm reading it from the book, but it just helps me learn it. And the best way to learn decks is by actually putting it into practice, whether you know it or not. But I like these. These are great message cards. So, M-O-P, Order of Melchizedek. Melchizedek, whose name means King of Righteousness, is the first high priest mentioned in the Bible, the one who initiated all the great teachers that followed him. Okay, yeah, definitely initiation. Okay, spiritual initiation. Right. Yeah, it's a divine order of very high frequency light beings. Okay, so your message is, you have learned so much and are now recognizing all the great lessons your experiences and challenges have brought you. The Order of Melchizedek is coming to you today to encourage you to continue on this pathway and not to give up. Even in moments of darkness and fear, there is the opportunity for you to share your light. If you're feeling overwhelmed, it's imperative for you to know you're not alone. Light is with you and within you, and by invoking spiritual support, you will be able to muster up the strength, courage, and focus you need to surmount whatever challenges you face. Yeah. That's an interesting card. So, okay, how do I describe that? Many of us, when we start initiating into new spaces, even if it's not a spiritual journey, but a journey nonetheless, whether it's a life journey or a new beginning and something that you feel passionate about, often we can move forward and have a very strong calling to do so. But what we don't understand is that often there are pitfalls and divine detours and blockages and sometimes limitations, because that is the way that the earth works, you know. The Order of Melchizedek is allowing you to know that the mission uncovered. You're definitely in a space of initiating into a new way of living your life. And it may get a little rough and it may get a little tough, but you are supported and you are protected. That's what I mean. That's that letting down the guard. Because someone, it's almost like I always talk about pronoia, right? Pronoia is when you know the universe has your back. So what you can do anything when you know that, when you know you're loved and you're protected, you're safe to do what you feel called to do, because it is actually exactly what you're supposed to do. Many of us doubt that, but I feel quite strong confidence in you knowing that this is exactly what you need to do at the right time. And it's trust in that, because you'll know when it doesn't feel right, because your body, the environment, everything will resist it. I want it to come out properly. Everything will resist it. You know when you're going in the wrong direction, because often you'll feel angry and or frustrated or heavy. And if you're tired, rest. And if you're energized, run. Move forward. If you're low vibrational, raise your vibration. If you're too high vibrational, where you feel, sort of like lightheaded or not sure where to go, come back to earth and ground. It's like remembering the balance and the order to things, and do those things that naturally help you, those spiritual practices that bring you into balance to allow you to move forward in any path or journey you are now initiating into or beginning. But definitely a new cycle, new passionate cycle. I feel really good. I feel like this is a great time for you. This is a powerful time for you to do what you have to do without worrying about being hurt. So thank you very much. Hopefully, that made sense. And send that to you with lots of love and good intentions. So thank you. Awesome. That's cool. Well, Norman, marry Lena. Norman needs to heal, and so does Lena. Okay? Just saying. Healing is required. Okay, thank you. Awesome. Darkalicious. Welcome. Sorry, I don't mean to giggle at that. Okay. Let's get into it. So I feel like you've been asking for support, actually, whether this is something you've vocalized in your reality or within you, because it was like I had someone standing over here and they had a megaphone and they came calling all angels. But I don't think it's angels and how angels present themselves, but in a totally different, completely different way. It was weird because I got put onto a battlefield like a warrior space. Like a sacred space. I feel a lot of pressure in my third eye. You have really, I don't know if you know this, really strong healing abilities. Really strong energy. Yeah. Cards are ready. Something's going on. I actually had to ask for permission to hear because it was interesting, because it's like it was faint. It was there but faint. That's why the megaphone. So it's sort of like I had to step in, lean in more to your energy. So you might have seen me step or move forward into the camera, but it was an effort to hear what was coming in. Yeah. So can you just round that up? Can you bring it in a little bit more concise? Yeah. Your heart put out a call. You might have hit a rock bottom space, you know, where it's sort of like we fight so much to be alive. And I'm not saying it in any way negative, shape or form, but it's like, you know, same as with me when I climbed that mountain, there was a part of me that at some point just was like, oh, I'm going to give up. I just didn't want to even climb to the top. I just wanted to stop. And it's sort of like that too. Like you've had to fight for things. And try and... It's like people don't see you. It's an interesting way. It's like they don't see you. They see you, but not you. And I feel conflicted about that. Send me an angel to do. That's what I'm getting. Sorry, I know that's like an 80s song. Send me an angel right now. Yeah. You got 2 pain cards. 2 pain cards. And it's interesting because you got 4 cards and the other ones I want to have a look at. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Okay. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. We're going somewhere with this. And then I flip these other 2 and there's another pain card. So out of all the cards to get, there is one other card that would be a painful card, but it's not here. So I feel like that's actually a positive because the light at the end of the tunnel is going to help you. But here we have the 10 of Swords. You got a big one, but that's okay. 10 of Swords. This is this particular card. It's like Game of Thrones. It's all the swords. Pain. End of a painful cycle. This is a lot of thoughts and feelings that are just compounded. And here's 5 of Swords. Conflict. Chaos. A lot of it in the mind space. So you've definitely gone through some negative times. 3 of Swords. Heartache and betrayal. Swords, swords, swords. Whew. You needed a miracle. Let's just put it like that. God damn, did you need a miracle? Okay. You're a highly sensitive empath. And sometimes you feel these things so deeply or go through really dark spaces, whether this is current or not. It doesn't give me a time frame. But there have been times in your life that it has been heavy and dense and painful. And you may be feeling it from everywhere. I don't mean to giggle because I know that ain't fun. As a highly sensitive empath myself, I absorbed everybody's pain. That's why I don't like people sometimes. It's still I mean, I love people, but I don't always like to socialize, because as soon as I step out, if I don't remember to shield my energy or to put myself into a ball of light, anything spiritual practice like that, I'll often be consumed by other people's negativity. And that will also play out in my life, because that's the mirror, right? It's been a hard road to finding someone that would accept you as you are. It's been a lot of negative mindsets that have really laid you out. That's the fighting. I'm always fighting to live. The easy way is out, but there's something in you that keeps this, that's that warrior energy inside of you that still knows there's something better out there. And the light at the end of this dark tunnel is the Ace of Cups. A new cycle of love, self-love. It's also a shield, but it still allows the heart to be open, but you protect it. It's like learning how to understand the energy and why you feel the way you do, and then learning to use the energy in a way that fills your cup and also grants you healing and love and joy and happiness and things that you actually are. Because really sensitive people often don't realize how valuable they are, because often they're clouded by other people's negativity and or their own. It goes both ways. I'm going to pull you a card. There is a light at the end of this tunnel. Oi. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I'm feeling these cards. So you have Akashic Stargate, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. Well, hopefully this is making sense to you. Feel miserable all the time. It shows it, but you're leading yourself to a really healthy space, because now you're going to understand what it is. Ancestral Realm, Karmic Release, Healing the Lineage, Boundaries. This is the main energy. And when you understand this one, which is you're the black sheep because you're here to heal things. That's why the Ace of Cups. You help your ancestors by healing you now. And it's like something that I went through, and I know I go through these long spells about having to heal old versions of me and being shown a vision of me, and they were different. They were doorways, and each doorway was a different version or stage I was in. My life started from a small young child all the way till I was like 38 when I first started going through my stuff, my healing, and opening each door and seeing myself and healing myself by opening that door and bringing love and light to that space. And I could see me going in, and I could see me looking at me, and also it's like I could see me and me, the me that wasn't stuck in that dark room, and opening my eyes when someone opens the door, seeing someone come to save me, and realizing that there was a little girl inside me that had been crying for freedom and love. And it's the same for you, but in your way. In your way. It's like learning to break cycles of pain. And then you've got the Akashic Stargate, which means when you will heal all this baggage that is in your energy, boy, do things open up after that. So lucky they're all in the A's. So we'll read Ancestral Realm first, which is Karmic Release, Healing the Lineage, and boundaries. This feels like what you're going through right now. What's happening, the solution to what's happening right now. So it says, this card initiates healing on all levels. That's the Ace of Cups, by the way. But particularly on the family line. There may be some ideas and beliefs in your family that you find limiting or negative. Know that they need not be your truth. You have the opportunity to go beyond the challenging energies of your family lineage. If you are in a particularly challenging time or facing energies that are harsh and even overwhelming, the energy of your ancestors is with you now. They are here to hold a sacred and safe space so you can rest. I'm going to cry because I know how much you've been fighting. It's like you have the warrior spirit. I hope you understand that. Your ancestors are surrounding you now. They are here to seek forgiveness for any harmful decisions that were made without full awareness and for any negative effects those are having on you now. If you have found that a particular family member has been difficult or a relationship has been negatively impacted because of situations or ideas that stem from the past, know that a great cleansing is taking place at this time. The ointment for the wound is the energy of forgiveness. This isn't about accepting what happened as fine, but realizing that the energies of the past no longer govern your present. It's about choosing to create your own happiness and live from your own heart. Keep your boundaries strong, but be open to carving a new path. The light at the end of the tunnel. A new loving cycle. Because you're going to break all these other patterns, which is relationships, which is conflict within the mind and in your heart. You're going to bring it back to wholeness. Okay? And okay, we're just going to quickly read Akashic records really quick. Really quick. Okay, Akashic Stargate. It says, aligned with purpose, crossroads, no wrong path. And I feel like once you've gotten over the ancestral healing, which is part of a spiritual journey after a dark night of the soul, and then we choose self-love, or we choose love as our guide forward, we then have to heal the past, and then we look to the future. So a stargate is a portal that can take us through space and time, okay, or to a whole other universe. Okay, here we go. Whenever the Akashic Stargate is presented to you, it's because you're at a critical point on your journey. You have the opportunity to move in a particular direction, and you have to make a decision. This can feel overwhelming, and you may be waiting for someone or something to make the decision for you, but you aren't here to walk a path that was set for you. You're here to walk a path that you have chosen. The next phase of your journey cannot unfold until you decide which way to go. Know that whatever direction you take and whatever decision you make, you'll always be on the right path. No matter how you get there, you'll always end up in a similar space. Also know that purpose isn't about doing your duty. It's about living life and experiencing joy. Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't mean to get emotional, but I feel the pain, and that's why when I say these words of encouragement, it feels like it hits home, and it's just like boom, 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 right in the heart. But it's like, you know, it's like wake up, Darkalicious, waking up the heart space and allowing it to, it's like you needed to hear it. So lots of love to you, and yeah, you're going to achieve a lot of things as you choose to heal. Thank you very much. Sorry, I didn't mean to cry. Water. Healing happens when you choose it. That's what they're saying. The healing happens when you choose it. No, you're fine. That was just me, because I know that space. So Crystal is next. All right, Crystal. And sometimes you fellas have to understand, I've overcome some really big obstacles in here. And the only way to process that is through your heart. And so when I see people on a similar path, I empathize with them, because I understand what it takes to get through that. And it takes a lot, but it also, there's a lot of suffering there. And no one deserves to suffer. And yet, sometimes life is suffering and it sucks. And it's sort of like, once you choose to open your eyes, and it's a choice. Everything that you do is a choice. And once you choose to heal, the healing happens. So let me decompress. All right, Crystal. Well, I just transmuted a lot of your stuff, so hopefully you actually feel better. Oh. Oh. Okay. I feel like you're trying to find your voice. But then it was weird. It's sort of like I saw a line drawn in the sand. So you've set a boundary with someone. Yeah, that's what that means, eh? It's a boundary. And that trying to find your voice, maybe setting the boundary or an action. Because it might be something that's been irking you or really gotten under your skin, and there is no flexibility there. It's like, you gave me no choice. I had to do this. Like, you had to say your truth, because when you drew that line, it was just like, understanding you're justified. You're justified in drawing that line and speaking your truth, or speaking our truth. Yeah. Did you make the right decision? Yes, you did. Then why don't you feel good about it? Because it affects other people? Maybe. But it's like, I just can't keep going on like this forever. Forever, ever. Quite feisty too, which is weird, because it's almost like, not weird, but your feistiness comes across. There is a fight in here. What is this coming down to? Where are we going with this? They want you to know you made the right decision. If you had to draw a boundary with someone, or with a situation, or with a thing, a place, a person, and yep, it may have a ripple effect. But anything done with the right intention is the right decision. And everything has cause and effect. And it's a weird belief system, but it's almost like karma's a bitch. But you're worried about the clapback, or worried about the ripple effect, the after effect of it. How's this going to affect me? Let's have a look. Hopefully I'm not making that up, but that came in pretty... Oh, man. I'm not even looking, but I was like, oh no. Oh, there's a lot going on in the energy. Yeah. There was a lot of cards that jumped out, a lot of words, harsh words maybe. Yeah, but someone's not pulling their weight. What can you do? What can you do? And it's not that you're hyper ambitious or... I wouldn't say it's hyper ambitious or overly ambitious, but I mean, you like goals. You like to manifest quality of life. But it feels like someone's not playing the game. It's like, yeah, someone's not playing the game, but you want to fix the situation. I think it's interesting because I think you put a boundary or you put something out there, drew that line there and thought, yep, I'm going to do this, did it, and now you either want to make amends with the situation, something about making it right, or this person needs to come and make it right to you. I feel like your energy doesn't like to be in conflict with others. You don't like to be in conflict with others. You like to just say, let's sort it out. Let's get it sorted. Because that's just... I don't feel like you... you try to do anything negative to people. I don't think it's like that at all. It's just like, I just feel frustrated. I feel like I just want to go, what am I supposed to do? I got shit to do. I got things to do. You're having to either do, it feels like I'm doing a lot. I'm having to really focus. I'm having to pull shit out of my ass from nowhere, because that's the magician energy. I'm kidding. It's just like, what do they want me to do? Abracadabra, yeah, I can do everything. But in the same respect, it's giving you no time to align yourself or get right. It's just like, I feel like there's a bit of stress there with this King of Pentacles in reverse. That felt like, as soon as I saw it, it's like someone's not pulling their weight. You may feel a little overworked with the magician, because the magician's always, working, tending to his vision. That's what I mean, you're ambitious, but not in a negative way, like, I just like to make things right. And then you have the Temperance card over here, which is why I said you want to amend things, you want to fix things or make things more balanced or smoother, run better, more efficient. So this could be about work, because the King of Pentacles can often mean work, but King of Pentacles is usually a good worker, so it's weird that he comes out in reverse. So it just may be an indication that things aren't working out. Hopefully this makes sense. Yeah, because I feel like because it's just like I said, you've got goals. It's like, I've got goals, I've got things I want to do, and you're feeling a little bit taken for granted, and nobody likes that. Because it might not just be work, it could be across the board, everybody on your case, on your back, or, leaning. And usually you could uphold, but when it's coming from all corners of your aspects of your life, that's when it gets heavy. It's like That's what I mean. It's that frustration and like, am I supposed to just pull things out of my ass? Like, it's like, sorry, it keeps coming up. You know, it's like, do I just pull it from nowhere? Yeah, the energy or the ability or the efficiency, you know, it's like those kind of words. King of Pentacles in reverse can be quite negative too. It feels like someone's not being a team member, but may have their own alternative reasons to do things. Like it's just like blur. I just want to say it like that, blur. Let's ask for some guidance here. The gateway of light, since I pulled cards for everybody. Yeah, so things aren't quite working out the way they should, but I feel like with you, this is temporary. The energy will actually shift into a good space. Yeah. Yeah, you literally have this cosmic, you got Emerald Tablet activation, cosmic ordering, divine alchemy, conscious manifesting. That's why you got the Magician. That's why you've got Temperance over here. They're both alchemy cards. Cosmic ordering, yeah. That's why the boundaries, that's why drawing a line in the sand, because things have to get aligned to allow you to consciously manifest. Like I said, you have goals and you want to create a life for yourself where, you know, you're doing what you need to do, but also living. I want to live my life too. I want to be able to do the things I need to do without having to stress, without having to time manage everything. That's how it feels. It just feels like a lot of pressure. So we'll just quickly read the Emerald Tablet activation, and hopefully, yeah, see, turning lead into gold is something that is leaden and heavy into a golden opportunity. The Emerald Tablet is said to have been carved in bright green stone, and that it was transported to Egypt in the fall of Atlantis. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Just looking if there's anything that would make sense. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, miracle. Yeah. When the Emerald Tablet activation card appears, you are being called to remember the gifts you are carrying from previous lifetimes. Even if you don't always understand how to express them, there's a part of you that knows you hold great power within. This is a special time for you to use that power to bring into manifestation all that you need for your life to unfold in a way that is in alignment with your best interests. All that has unfolded so far has given you the opportunity to learn and grow, even the unsettling moments. But you are a master alchemist, just saying, with the capacity to take all that was once challenging and use it to create positive opportunities for yourself. As above, so below. All the thoughts you send to source and contribute to your will contribute to your evolution on earth. So, you know, value your thoughts. If something's coming forward, you need to, you know, make some demands, get things flowing easier, or integrate better processes. I would say do it now. This is a great time to either step forward and say, I need to do this to make this work properly, or I need support, or I need a raise. Something in that order. But yeah, if this is great confirmation for you, hopefully that makes sense, and thank you. Thank you, Crystal. Yeah, you are the Magician. You are a master alchemist for sure. Like I said, you know, like there's a part of you that's has goals, and it's time that you allow yourself to have that in whatever it is that this is aiming towards. But yeah, this is a really great time, because I feel like it's just time for you to start manifesting the life you really want to have, like living life and enjoying it as well. So thank you, Crystal. Whew. Pretty Tyler is next. Then there's one more. All right, okay. I need a break. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, break. That's how it felt. It felt like someone wasn't pulling their weight, and it felt like, you know, you're having to do so much. But it's not just one area in that aspect, because there may be other demands on you outside of anything like your career, like family or relationship or anything like that. So it's sort of like coming at you from all sides. And it's just Saturn retrograde, so it just realigns and reconstructs your pathway and to allow you to project yourself forward. So it's more like the pulling back of the rubber band. I talked a lot about that, where the universe pulls you back and it sort of like stretches you to your capacity, and then when it's ready, it goes bing, flings you out, hit the goal, hit the target. Okay, Pretty Tiller, thank you for being patient. Okay, Pretty Tiller. Oof. Yeah. Okay. It's interesting because I was either in a forest that felt like I was in the ocean and underneath my feet light was breaking through cracks in the ground. So you may have gone through a big emotional release, or a physical release. Like physical, I mean like processing feelings out through your body. So it might have been quite dense or heavy or emotional. And with the light coming through, there's definitely something awakening inside you. And it feels like, it was interesting because initially I went into a garden and then it turned into a forest, but then it was like, it's just a vision, so it's just how it presents to me. And then it was water. So there were all these layers. So be mindful. How do I say that? Don't forget to water your garden of life, but also don't overwater it. You may be attentive to some things, super attentive, and neglect others. So learning to find balance when it comes to things you're trying to either manifest or love in your life. Yeah, they're really asking you to try to be more balanced, because I feel like you may, and the reason why I say overwater plants, it's more like when you really focus on something, you give all of yourself over, which could represent love, relationships, or connections with others. So you give yourself 100%. And the downside to that is when you've, you know, it's sort of like a watering can. You fill the watering can up, that's your love, and when you tip it all out and put the watering can down, the watering can is now empty. You know what I mean? So the balance is giving. It's like filling up the water can and then tipping out a little bit of water just whenever it's needed. And in that time, the rain and you can fill up that water can as you go along. And it's sort of just like what they're saying is just give them drips and drabs. Don't give them everything you got. Because sometimes, just sometimes, it's nice to hold and have a little bit of mystery. Now, the only reason why I say that is because when you give everybody everything you got to someone, you may often say, this is all of me, and then find that people or situations where people want more, but there's no more to give. This is it, you know? And it's sort of like learning to create balance, and that's not just necessarily romantic. It could be friendships or work relationships and, you know, platonic things. But if you focus wholeheartedly on someone and give your all, which is a natural thing to give, because some people are natural givers. They just want to make people happy, and often they leave themselves feeling empty. So just be mindful that you don't have to you can love, but you don't have to give love to everything and everyone all the time. You can choose specific people in which you can pour your love out onto, knowing that when you need love in return, they will fill you up. That's the type of people you pour love onto. So there's certain plants that need watering every day, and there's certain plants in your forest or garden that just need watering every now and then. And it's learning to recognize that difference and or create balance within your relationships. Sorry about that. Let's pull a card. I was like, oh, pull cards. Let's see what wants to come forward. Okay. I'm not even, I don't even want to look at him. Yeah. It kind of scares me sometimes. It's more like a thrill, but it's like, ooh, got to process that. When you get not the heebie-jeebies, but it's like a surge of energy that will go right up your spine, because you know your intuition. It's your intuition, like fired up. Because I'll talk to you about balance in relationships. And it's interesting because I got the Justice card, which can talk about justice to injustices and dealing with court systems or whatever, but it also is the card of balance, because it is the card of Libra, and Libra is about relationships and love. So even though it's not a cup, in this particular one, like I said, when you overwater people, like here, when you're balanced, when you're giving to the things and people that you want, it's sort of like focused on where to give at the right time, you feel good, right? But when you're empty, you know what I mean? There's a darker undertone. So it's just, this is a wound. This is a wound pattern that many people have, and something I've had too, where we want to make everybody happy and then leave ourselves feeling empty. And when we feel empty, we can feel angry or resentment or frustration, which can trigger a negative cycle or a negative thoughts. And the thing is, our thoughts are important. How we speak about ourselves to ourselves, or how we talk to ourselves, is important. And when we're empty and without, we often will say negative things or not be able to bring balance or justice to situations. So it's learning to find and to experience, or learning to experience love in a more balanced way that allows you to be whole. I just want to look underneath the deck. Yeah. Whole. The World card. It's also balanced too, I guess. Karmic cycles. So you've been through a lot of lessons. You've learned a lot of lessons. And now you're learning to apply them. I feel like your energy is rising, because you may have actually come to this realization that you were watering some plants too much and watering other plants too less, and often feeling drained or empty. You might have had energetic people, what do you call them, vampires in your life as well, that were drawing energy out of you, just demanding a lot. But I feel like you're really protected at this time as well. So I want you to know you are protected. And you're just going through into a different cycle now. In a cycle of change. Because the World card is about karmic cycles. So I feel like you're coming out on the better end with justice. Justice in the world, a good positive card, especially that justice came out upright. So that's a positive. So let's pull a card from the Gateway of Light activation. Oh, okay. Temple of Truth. That's interesting. Throat chakra. Libra is about truth and justice, even though I didn't say truth before, but it is the, yeah. Throat chakra. That's ear. Authenticity, self-expression. So that's that water. You see that water in the forest? Is that weird? It's not weird. Okay. Let's get this Temple of Truth, throat chakra, authenticity, self-expression. ST. Stellar Gateway, Temple of Truth. The throat chakra is found between the collarbones and the energetic center that governs everything to do with truth, communication, and self-expression. Okay. Your message. When you are brought to this space, When you are brought to this space, you are being reminded of the importance of your identity and your self-expression in this lifetime. Acknowledging who you are, who you've been, and who you are becoming is so important for the unfoldment of your path. There's an old story that the truth hurts. The gateway reminds you that, in fact, the truth heals. Your truth is your truth, and it's important for you to honor it with every facet of your being. This isn't the first incarnation in which you have felt the importance of honesty and authenticity, but it may be the first in which you have had full freedom of expression. This gateway coming to you today is a message that there is something buried deep inside of you that you haven't expressed, and this is causing energetic blockages on your ever unfolding path. It is time to love yourself enough to honor the feelings that are rising up in you, for they are divine guidance that will bring you into greater alignment. That's that light cracking underneath that's the light cracking underneath the feet that I saw in that vision. So there's something that wants to be brought to the light, and that's why it was under the water. Yeah, truth and justice in the world. You're breaking cycles of pain, karmic cycles, patterns that you may have experienced over and over in your life, and your expression of truth and self-expression is the way to heal a lot of the emotional stuff deep down inside. That's that wound, we talked about the wound. But yeah, I feel like it's already started to open. That gateway, that Temple of Truth has already started opening for you. So I feel like this may be currently going on now. But you're learning to find your voice and speak your truth and stand in your power, standing in the power and bringing truth and justice to things that may have been unbalanced in your life. So I send that to you with lots of love and good intention, and hopefully that helps you now and in the future. So thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's cool. I'm glad. Thank you for that, Tyler. Thank you. Some of us, we're getting into some real powerful alignments within us as people, and sometimes Spirit brings forward messages that allow us to feel strong in those decisions to do so. So thank you, Natalia. Don't forget your water. Thank you. I think I got lucky last. Mandy, are you here? 42079. She might have gone by now. Sorry, I know I took ages tonight. That's just what I do, and can get really. And I like this because I can really see the comments. They're like bigger for me because I'm blind. Getting this. Hello. Good night. Oh, hi, Kaz. Hi guys. I'm tired. Tired today. Oh, that must be it then. I think she's not here. That's all right. Sorry, Mandy. Maybe next time. Yeah, sorry guys. I know my energy was a little bit... That's what I mean when I was sitting here. I was going, am I going to go live or am I going to go to bed? But I'll definitely be here on Thursday. So if you didn't get a reading tonight, hit me up on Thursday, between 7 and 7:30. Seems to be my time. And oh, thank you. Thank you guys. I wouldn't know I'm banned. Oh, hopefully unbanned soon, Ash. Yeah, so if you haven't got a reading, come and see me on Thursday, and then I do the Q&As on Sunday. I had a bit of a break because my energy's just been like that. It hasn't been fun. But thank you to all those that have lasted all this time. I really appreciate you. Thank you to my lovely mods. Thank you to my lovely followers and supporters and all the likes, shares and comments and gifts. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much and good night. Bye guys. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Good night, Ayesha. Thank you. I will. I'm going to put my movie on. Yeah. Probably play my game and zone out for a little bit. Good night, guys. Take care. Thank you. Oh, where am I going? Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah. Bye.